So if you're thinking of ordering one of these incinerating toilets, this is what the box will be when you get it. This about, it's probably about 2.5 feet high and maybe 2 feet wide. It comes in a variety of ways. You can get the 120 volt, which I got 2000 watt heater in it, 240 with two different heaters, 2000 3500 watt. And you can get it white with a white plastic shell over it, or stainless steel. A couple different color options for your seat, which I just got a plain white seat. And I also ordered some bowl liners while I was at it. Now, these are the pre-folded bowl liners. I think it was about $50 for 450 liners, something like that. You can also order them where they're not folded. This is how they look. It's one liner there. So it looks like they put a little dab of glue or something on them. They just fold the corners in, dab of glue, which next time I'll probably just buy the unfolded liners and do that myself. They also sell some accessories for this toilet. You can get a metal plate for if you're mounting an RV or in a boat or something like that, some kind of mobile application. You get a metal plate and you bolt the toilet to the metal plate. If you're mounting this in your home, you don't need the metal plate. You can still get it if you want to protect your flooring from heat from the toilet. They also sell a dispenser for these where it mounts on the wall, sort of like this box, and then you put your liners in that dispenser, and people can use them like that. So looks like punch out and tuck in back panel. So they want you to tuck this in, and you can also hang this on the wall, it looks like. I didn't know that was going to be that way, but tuck that in, hang that on a couple screws, and it'll hang on the wall, this box. They got here's the information for the company. Made in Dallas, Texas. Made in the USA. Now this box is going to be heavy too, much heavier than I thought it would be. It's 100 pounds. So I'm gonna open this box up and we'll see what's all inside here. What you get. Alright, here we go. We're gonna open this up. Stapled, a lot of staples in it. This package really looks like something. Okay. Package it good. Look at that big piece of foam they put on top to protect it. Just a little bit. And right off the bat, let's bring it a little closer. See what's all in here. So I got the toilet. It's wrapped in a bag. Probably do is I'm going to probably pull all this out of here. I'll show you what it looks like. But that's it there. It comes with a box. Guess what? Big box of liners. So another 450 liners in there. I think I only ordered, well, I may have ordered 2 boxes of those, I think. And this is probably the box that comes with standard. I know this. I think it said they give you 100 liners, so this must be the 100 liners. And then I ordered 2 more boxes of liners. Guess this one's not full all the way. So I got plenty of liners. I got enough liners for probably a year. But this is what it looks like in the box. if there's anything else. Nope, I don't see anything else. I'm probably gonna need some help to lift this out of the box, or I'm gonna cut the box down. See if I can save the box, just in case there's a problem. See if I can lift this out of here. Okay, I was able to get that out of the box, and it's about the size of a standard toilet. We got must be a guard. And there's your flush pedal. It opens up a trap door inside. It's got a ventilated panel on the side. Let's see what it looks like on the back. It has the model number and all that on the back here. Some instructions probably. There's the vent where you hook up your vent pipe. It says 115 volts only. It has a kind of like a 20 amp plug. It's got that one sideways terminal on it. So this will pull the full 20 amps when it's connected up. And I got the stainless steel model, the white seat. So it looks on the side. Get your manual, which we'll page to that a little bit later. I got plastic seat so it doesn't get rubbed. A little warning sticker in there. Make sure you use a liner every time. I got a Bemis. Pretty nice heavy duty seat. A Bemis seat. That's a quality American made product there too. Look at the hinges. Much better than like a cheaper, pretty heavy duty, thick, solid plastic. So there's where you put your liner in. Then when you step on this pedal here, it opens up the trap door. And there's your incinerating part. Looks like they may have tested it because it's kind of got some discoloration on there. Also, there's a sliding lid that kind of slides over this. As you won't see it inside there. There's a lid that closes up when the trap door closes. So that's what the Incinating toilet looks like. Let's see. And also, there's the clean out on the bottom here, which it looks like, I'm not sure, I'm not real familiar with it. How that opens, looks like that just snaps off. There's probably some spring thing, little spring things that snap onto there. To oh yeah, spring clips on the bottom and pins on the top. That's how it is, and it just snaps into these grooves there. So you just pull that straight out, and you got a little lever here. Let's see. Okay, it's got a lever with a little hook right there. See, that hooks onto that little handle. Then you can pull this ash pan out. Wow, it's got some of the catalyst in there. These little beads, or there's a catalyst in here that basically converts the fumes into non-volatile, non-polluting gases. So here's your ash pan, and that thing is heavy, let me tell you. Solid stainless steel. It has another liner in it. So this feels like it's thick double wall, maybe insulated inside there. Very heavy, very nice quality. Okay, so here we have the push button to basically do the flush part of it, where it incinerates your waste. It has a rubber boot over it, and here's just a click button to start the incinerating process. Overall, very heavy metal, very thick gauge of metal, like a heavy duty unit. And this is all serviceable too. which is one thing that appealed to me. You can get parts and you can replace all these parts in here yourself. Relays, heaters, anything that goes bad, they sell it on their website. And it looks like it's fairly easy just to take apart with a screwdriver. Top comes off. There's screws on the back here if you need to replace any parts. And the side panel here if you need to do any service to it. So it looks like it should last a good long time. Shouldn't have any problems. To go through the paperwork and get with this. There's a Allen wrench that comes in here. You have to do some maintenance on the blower motor. Get the ashes off of it once in a while. And it comes with the Allen wrench in this bag here. That's other things here. A couple other things. Make your heater last longer. Incinerate after each use and clean the ash. Empty the ash. Let's get some other tips there. There's a warranty card. So, what is the warranty on here? Maintain recommended manufacturer. 25 months after shipment. The exceptions is the heater, the blower wheel, and ash pan insert are warranted for 90 days. So I guess you have to watch that. Ash pan insert, I didn't expect that to not be under warranty. I guess that maybe it burns up after a while. Okay, what else we got here? 3 steps for longer life. There they are. Alright, here's the manual. It's for all models actually. It's for the 240 volt and 120 volt. There's 2 different models of each. The WB is a model. It comes with a metal plate. It's for like a mobile application, like if you're going into a boat or RV or something like that. So we'll just take a look through this manual here real quick, just briefly. If you're interested in what is all in here, I'm just going to leave it up here, and if you decide you want to read some of this, go ahead and stop the video. Just look at each page here. Bring this up a little bit. Okay. Here's your install instructions. It's got your vent line, electrical, so you need to prepare for that. You're going to need to connect the vent line to the outside, and you'll need a 120 volt or 240 volt outlet with that type of plug-in on it. Tips for best venting. Electrical operation, tells you how it works. What to do in a power failure. Interrupted cycle, thermostats. There's several safety thermostats on there for the heater, just so so it doesn't get too hot. Limit thermostat, blower thermostat. Cleaning and care. Instructions there. How to remove that pan. Access panel. Here's some troubleshooting for different things. There's a timer control inside there that controls how long the burn is. There's your troubleshooting tips. And there's a breakdown exploded view. All the parts and wiring, everything. Alright. Maintenance. There's a maintenance page here. It's wondering about the catalyst. Often you have to replace that. There's thermocouple instructions for that there. The heated activated platinum catalyst pellet suppress smoke and odor. Contained in a chamber within incinerator walls near the blower do not normally need replacement. Inner outer walls of the chamber are perforated to allow the blower to draw odor through the callus pellets. Crescent-shaped covers held on with two small nuts. In time, pellets may become too closely packed to allow proper flow. Dust and ash may clog it, forcing smoke and odor out through the front ash pan blower and onto the outside. If the odor is bad and the inside of the toilet is clean the catalyst. Do this, open the catalyst container, remove the nuts, handheld vacuum to pull out the pellets, save the pellets, roll them on a flat surface to remove the dust, brush the chamber walls. Catalytic action now be fully effective again. And they also sell replacement pellets. If you do need to replace them, I saw it on their website. It was $40 a bag, and it says to replace them all you need 3 bags. So here's some part numbers, parts list, and a schematic. You know, they pretty much cover everything in this. It tells you exactly how it works, how it's wired. Pretty cool. I mean, if you're handy, you could keep this thing running forever, as long as they keep selling the parts for it. So that's it, guys. That's the overview, taking the first look at our incinerating toilet, what all comes in the box, etc. Should be interesting. Definitely something different, not as your standard toilet. Okay, I started to do the install on the Incinolet toilet, and here's a few things you may need to know if you're installing one of these. Here's what I did to get the toilet as close as possible to the wall. I don't want it too far from the wall, sticking weight out in the room. So, depending on your situation, where your toilet's located. This is the outside wall over here. So I'm running my vent pipe down. This is a double wide trailer, so I can run it straight down and then out to the outside with an elbow. You may be able to run, if your toilet's an outside wall, you may be able to run it straight through, but I can't. So this is what I came up with to get as close as possible, because they want you to use a 4-inch PVC pipe. Get as close as possible to the wall. I'm using this T fitting, and I'm going to go straight down, and then I'm going to cap the top off. I cut a short piece of pipe, stuck it in there, and then I'm going to put that cap on it. It's going to get all glued up later, because if you were to run, say, an elbow off of here, see how far that sticks out. That's another 3 inches, probably 4 inches at least from the wall your toilet would be, and it would be sticking way out, too far away from the wall. It would look kind of awkward if you use this type of elbow. There are some short elbows you can find, but I found this is better. So I cut off a slice of that also, and that got it that much closer, almost an inch closer in here. And this is a 4-inch T with the fitting, so you can put it right on pipe. So the outside diameter of the outlet of the Incinolet is a metal fitting there. That is 4 inches on the outside diameter, and these pipes are bigger than that. Let's see, let's measure one here. Measure it. I can get this tape measure with one hand. So the inside of your pipe is actually, a little over, it was like 4 1/4 or something like that. So to get this 4 1/4 onto the 4-inch pipe, what I did was I had some of this thermal shield, some metal fiber tape. It's adhesive backed, and I cut it into strips. This will hold up to the heat also. And I wrapped it around the outlet, the metal outlet that this pipe is on. And I built it up with these. I probably have 3 layers of this on there. And it is on there. You can see the metal panel is flexing. It will not come off of there because there's some adhesive on this, and it's stuck on there good. Plus I'll be up against the wall with this. Okay, so that's a few things right there that you'll need to know about your vent pipe. Plus I figured venting it downward may help if there's any condensation in the pipe. Say you vent it upwards, the condensation is going to lay in the pipe. But if you vent it downwards, the condensation will drain out into the outside. Same if you're venting it straight out. Maybe if you could tilt the pipe a little bit so any condensation. I imagine there's going to be condensation in this pipe because basically all this does is dry up your waste, and all the moisture comes out of the waste, burns it up into ash. And then when you take up your old toilet, get yourself one of these. It's a plug. We have 3-inch waste pipe here, which I think is a standard. And you can twist that into the hole. That's a plug. It's like a test plug. These are about $10 at Lowe's, Home Depot, some kind of home center. And I'm going to leave this flange in place because inside my flange, all the drains go into this one outlet. So I got a drain from the shower and a drain from this vanity here and the sink. They all drain into there. I don't know if you can see off to the side, there's a hole there and there's a hole there. So one comes from each side. So then you'll have to also map out your plumbing runs. So the vanity drain comes straight through here, then it elbows and goes into the side there. So when you drill your hole for your vent, if you're doing this same as I am through the floor, you're going to want to make sure there's no obstructions down below. And if you have, this is a brand new double wide, so I can get underneath there and I can check easily. If it's a stick built home, you can go, if you have a basement, that makes it even that much easier. You can get to all your pipes if they're exposed, if you don't have a finished basement. So I went underneath also, and I checked for pipes, obstructions and that, and I figured out the pipe comes in this way, elbows into there. Okay, so I checked the clearance for my hole here. Also, there was a water supply pipe, some PEX tubing that came out of the floor right here. And what I did was I shut off the water, cut the line, pulled the line down through, and I capped it off with a plug. So that's another thing you have to do. Cap your water line. I could have left it stubbed up into here and capped it, but I thought it looked better if I did that. Then what I'm going to do is fill in that hole and then glue this vinyl back down over that. Okay, so that's just some things to look out for when you're doing this. And if you are going to vent down, I found this is the closest you can get to the wall if you're in a situation like I am. This is about, I think it's 5 or 6 inches from the wall which I'll end up placing the toilet almost exactly where the traditional toilet stuck out. So it won't stick out into the room any farther than the normal toilet did. So we're going to measure here. It's right at about 5 inches. Sticks out here. This pipe is 4-inch pipe, and then the distance here and the thickness of the pipe. So it's about 5 inches clearance to the wall. That tucks it in as close as you can get it if you do something like I did here. They also sell a, see, I was going to put a coupler on here, but you can see that coupler would make it stick out another inch at least, maybe 1.5 inches. So you can get a rubber coupler and couple it up like that. And this coupler is a 4-inch coupler that would work. It'll squeeze down because I wrapped that insulating tape on there, the heat tape on there. So, but this is what I'm doing. If you can get by without putting a coupler on there like I did, I mean that is on there. You can see the panel flexing. It's not coming off. I'll check it, make sure it holds a good seal. Now if you take a heat gun to this, it'll loosen up a little bit. So I'll have to check it again when the heat starts flowing out. Make sure there's no leaks. Otherwise some of that exhaust will get into the bathroom, which it should flow through this pipe real easily and out, because it's just maybe a run down foot and then over about 4 feet. So I'll have maybe 5 or 6 feet at the most of pipe on here. So there's some tips for you when you're installing your Incinolet Incinerating toilet. I also have to run electrical wire, which what I'm doing for electrical, I've got it's kind of like an outdoor box, a surface mount box. It's got the little ears on it. I'm going to mount it right here. So you can see there's also you got to watch out for floor joists. So the floor joist right there underneath this wall. Luckily, the spacing here, there's a floor joist here, just on the other side of the waste pipe, and one there. Luckily, it fell into a good spot. So I'm going to run my electric line up here, and I'm just going to have the outlet surface mounted like that next to the toilet, because you need a dedicated electrical circuit for this. Whether you go with the 220 or the 120 volt, like I have the 115, 120 volt, but this needs a dedicated 20 amp circuit. If you get this, you can't have anything else plugged into that circuit, because it's going to pull almost the full 20 amps. Pulls 2,000 watts when the heater's going, plus a blower. I guess both of those together makes 2,000 watts is what it pulls. It says somewhere on here, probably. Yep, right here. 2,000 watts. Okay. So there you go, guys. I'll show you what the installation looks like when I get this all finished up, and we'll test it out. Okay, another thing I was going to mention was, if you look, that stub there on that wing nut sticks up a little bit higher than this flange. So this is a little higher, so is the wing nut. So what you can do is probably cut this bolt down a little bit, put a regular nut on there. That'll give you clearance to the bottom of the incinerating toilet. Or, like I'm probably going to do, I'm going to probably just put a couple boards on the floor to raise the incinerating toilet up a little bit, which this thing gets pretty hot. So they do sell a metal shield that goes underneath the incinerating toilet for about $60. They say you don't need to bolt it down if you're mounting this in a house. You don't need that metal plate to bolt it to the floor. It can just sit on the floor attached to the pipe and electrical. It plugs right into an electrical outlet. So you could just set it on the floor, but I'm thinking after a while the heat from this may damage the vinyl flooring underneath. So I don't think it would hurt to raise it up 3/4 of an inch or so, whatever these boards are. I think it's a 3/4 inch board. That'll raise it up, the heat affect it a little less. Or you could put a metal plate underneath here too, if you had the space and you didn't have a flange like this in the way or anything, no other plumbing. You could put just a piece of aluminum over the flooring to help protect it. I'm not sure. I haven't had one of these for years and years, so I don't know. But in the manual it does say you can put a heat shield underneath if you like to. Okay, I finished the installation. Ran my wires, got all my plumbing, my venting done, and we'll take a look back here. This is how far it ended up from the wall, which is not too bad. It's like 5 inches. It's tucked up pretty good against the wall. What I end up doing down here is I got some strapping way at the bottom and screwed into the wall that holds the pipe. And I did use a rubber, let's see if we can get in on that there. I used the rubber coupler right here, so when I want to clean it, I just unscrew that coupler on the top here, just the top clamp, and then I can lift the whole thing off the pipe. And that T, I still have to glue the cap on, but I capped that off. I've got some wooden blocks here because of the plug I put in the old toilet flange, and I got my outlet. I need to put a couple screws into that outlet yet to tighten the outlet into there. That screw ended up breaking off when I put it on there. So, but I got a surface mount outlet, 20 amps, dedicated circuit. So we're going to try this out today for the first time. I got a liner in there. Nobody has to go to the bathroom, so we're going to pour, I think that's about 12 ounces of water. Quite a bit of water. And we're going to put apple in there. I don't have any bananas or anything else I can think of to put in there right now. So we're going to turn it on. We're going to, I'm going to drop this with the, I'm going to push the pedal. It's going to drop into the chamber. There it is, it's dropped in there. Okay, so that's how your waste would go in. It would close up, then you would put another liner in. That's what we're going to do. And then close that, and we're going to push this button and start it up. So that's how much noise it's going to make for the next, I believe it's 50 minutes or so it takes. We're going to go outside and take a look at the vent. Let's see, there's nothing. I think that's where it takes the air in, right here. Okay. So we'll go outside and I'll shoot a little clip of the vent pipe I've got. It runs straight down and then it's under the floor, straight out. So here is my setup for the incinerating toilet. I've got the 4-inch pipe hung below, and see, it goes up into the floor, and there's my wire for the circuit. I've got it tied 2 different places. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this off here once I get my skirting installed. So we're going to check the temperature. It's been running, the Incinolet toilet has been running about 15-20 minutes, and it's just warm air coming out of here, not real hot. You can kind of smell something is burning. So I've got a infrared thermometer. We're going to check the temperature. Let's see, let's check the outside of the pipe. It's 74. Let's check the ground temperature here. It's pretty cold up. What does it say? 40. Like, yeah. Now let's check inside here. How much heat is coming out? About 80, 82, 84. Not too hot. We'll go inside and we'll check the sides of the toilet and see some different areas on the toilet, and we'll see what the temperatures are there. Okay, so it's been running maybe 15-20 minutes. We're gonna check a few temperatures inside here. First I'm gonna just kind of use my hand. That's barely warm at all. Barely at all. I can hear some clicking going on. It's a little warmer right here, but nothing really to worry about. Let's check over here. Pretty cool to the touch. This is cool to the touch. The pipe coming out, that's probably the hottest spot right there. Barely warm. So it's the airflow it's got a pretty good airflow, so it keeps everything pretty cool. So let's just take a look here. That is 73 degrees, hope you can see that. Camera's hard to see. And this is a little warmer here. I thought it was 80. I got 80 something, or a little bit. Mostly 70s. Alright, let's take a look on this side here. 71, 70. Up on top here. It's actually a little warmer on the top. 77. See, I heard that clicking. Let's check the temperature of the pipe. Right there it is saying it's about 96 degrees. 97. Right on that area of the pipe where the hot air is coming out. Alright, so I was a little worried about it getting too hot. They say you can, while it's running, incinerating, you can sit on the toilet seat. So let's just take a reading here inside the chamber where it drops the waste to 77 degrees. So yeah, there's definitely some good heat shielding to prevent a lot of heat coming up to the toilet seat. 71. So yeah, I don't see any problem with someone else using this while it's running. The temperatures are pretty good. No problem at all. Just the pipe here is 96 degrees, which you can touch that with your hand. Wouldn't bother you one bit. So no problem at all. We'll take a look at what's left of that apple and the water I poured in there. I think it was about 12 ounces of water and a big apple. It was a pretty large apple. It may not incinerate that totally. We'll see when it gets done. I'll show you. Here we are about 45 minutes. I didn't time it, so I'm not sure. I think it's about 45 minutes, they say. And my prediction is going to be the apple will not be burnt up in ashes. I think it'll still be mostly an apple. But the water should be gone, right? You ready? Here we go. Oh, wow. Check that out. It's still a little warm. A little heat coming out of there. Let's see. It's been off for a little while. It's, woo, it says it's 300 degrees in there. I don't know how long it's been off for, but look at that apple. It's burnt up. It's mainly just ashes. You want to poke that with something?
Poke it with them?
Yeah, screwdriver. Let's see what if it. Holy cow! That is just. It's yeah, it's ashes. It is. It's just like a piece of charcoal, a lightweight charcoal. I'm amazed. It did burn up everything.
Next time you cut the apple up.
Sorry. Scared the dog. That thing closed up. Alright guys, that's a test. I'm pretty amazed. I thought that it wouldn't burn that apple up, but sure did. And that was a big apple too. It was no small one. So if it works on that, it'll work on human waste too.